digital film So this is episode 4, Cameras and Credit Cards, behind the scenes of independent filmmaking, brought to you from the Digital Film Farm and from Hunter's Hard Work. I'm John Holser.
And I'm Hunter Dimon.
The hard-working guy. He's been editing this episode now for a little while. He's got a good one for you. They do make a deal this time around, right?
Yeah, they signed a big name. I'm not going to reveal yet, but the William Morris Agency helps them out.
Those of you who don't know the William Morris Agency, they are one of the biggest talent agencies around.
They may have kind of stumbled into a bit of a dangerous situation, though, with this deal that they made.
Yeah, I think what I wrote down here was they made financing by signing a big name, but they might have made a deal with the devil. So let's take a look.
And, I made phone calls to all the old people. One of them was Christian Donatelli, who was an agent at William Morris. Christian called me back and said, you mean to tell me, you haven't made this movie yet? I said, no. He was a big fan of the script. And he said, well, let me see what I can do. And he calls me back and he goes, Bob, I have an idea. He says, what do you think of John Mellencamp in this role? And I said, I don't know. I said, can he act?
Mellencamp read it, he liked it, he wanted to meet Bob, he met Bob, they got along really fantastically, they trust each other artistically. Then Mellencamp saw Bob's movie, and that was the icing, and that sealed the deal. Then Arnold Rifkin, the agent for Mellencamp, big wig at William Morris, saw Bob's movie, he really liked it, and he was glad that Mellencamp liked it, and we were off from there. And now we just started putting the deal together this week. And now it's time to roll, hopefully. Oh, shit.
Where are we in this project?
They gave us money up front. And they wanted me to bring in the accountant, the director, not the DP, but we brought him in anyways because he's going to give us a few free weeks.
It's just starting to sink in. It's just starting to sink in. I'm not excited yet, but it's building. It's building.
Who's this guy over here?
This is Kurt Brabe. He's our cinematographer.
That's not your fault. We really weren't ready because we didn't have the money. We came in yesterday trying to set up the office. They kicked us out because they needed a deposit.
My storyboards look familiar.
Yeah, they weren't meant for traveling. We thought we'd be shooting a year ago.
So you looking forward to this, or?
Hell no, it's a lot of work. But what's the difference? You're either towing cars or you're doing this. Hard work is hard work. Let's see what happens.
So where were we last time I saw you? Where were we?
We were heading down to Albany to pick you up, and then we had to go down to New York City because we had a meeting with William Morris, which I must say wasn't very productive. But Chris had to do it.
But the city ride was all right. You were like rubbernecking, man.
Oh my God, man! There's nothing like driving in downtown Manhattan. I loved it,
What happened
especially
to
a little beat up Toyota.
What happened to your hair?
I had to get it chopped.
Why?
I had to get it chopped because nobody would look at me anymore with the kind of hairstyle I had, so it was time for a change.
Cool.
This will do it. This does it. At least it's a lot of space.
Yeah. Hey, it's not pretty.
They'll clean it up a little bit, won't they?
No. But Johnny and I, we're gonna clean up. Unless you guys want to come and clean up and do everything over here, you guys are willing to do that. But I can tell that you guys.
You're a little jet lagged. I think you want to relax.
I am definitely jet lagged.
Yeah, we'll get some stuff. There's some paper towels and some stuff, and
This is your
we'll
office.
clean that up. Yeah, this is one of them.
This is
Oh.
growing. The beginnings of an office.
This is the infant stage of our
Get this cheap crap. But who cares?
So Chris, you just made a deal.
Yeah.
You just got.
Well, no, we didn't make the deal yet.
Well, you got some money.
We got.
How do you get money
we got
without
it.
making a deal?
This is the weirdest thing in the world. it's weird, but it looks like I'm probably going to get destroyed. It's
speed up to 8 pages per minute, resolution 600 dots per inch.
I don't know anything about it, so who the heck knows? Yeah. All right. Do you know about these things?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. This thing here, as opposed to that sharp one with the telephone on it.
Yeah.
Now, what is the difference other than this you can scan and this you can make a copy out of it? So I don't know if I can tell you the whole deal.
Well, tell me
If
what
I'm
you're comfortable with telling
that
me.
I'm not, I really can't say everything. But basically, the way it looks like, we didn't have a deal. We don't have a deal. I still own the project. Where's
Turn here,
490?
Chris. Turn here.
I still own the rights. Now, they're advancing money for us to work, and then we have to negotiate. I have to sign the paperwork over, having the movie as collateral to the money that they're giving to
She
me.
said, did she say legal or ledger?
I thought the other one was wider, which was ledger, and this is legal. Is this legal?
No, legal is the wider ones. I don't know what I thought she said legal. I do know that's not a legal size. Legal is wider than that.
Okay. In any event, we're going to need these 2 filing cabinets anyways for the office. So, shit, got to take all these files out. Now, what if we just keep these files in? What do you think would happen if we tip it over, keep all the files in?
It's probably too heavy. As long as you don't tip it upside down.
Right now, we have to strike a deal. I don't know what deal the investor has struck with the distributor. The distributor found this investor. The investor puts the money in. They have some type of deal struck between themselves. Somehow I own the project, but I'm way off into the tangent somewhere. They've apparently, maybe they haven't, I don't know. We've been telling them that we want to discuss the deal, we want to discuss where we stand so everyone knows where everyone is, and we start and begin and everyone knows what to do and we proceed. But that's not how it ended up.
Oh, John, get a close-up of the dust on that one.
Oh yeah.
Just so they know what we're working at.
Did you clean that one yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've been working your butt off, huh?
Oh yeah. We got to get this thing going, man. 35.
The movie's opening up. The first image in the movie is a windshield. We don't know whose windshield it is, and we're traveling down heavy, heavy rain. And the windshields are going like this.
Okay, see, we need to know these things because it's a lot different than the first time.
It's different.
Okay.
And we pull back, and we see the back of Mellencamp's head. And 1001, 1002, he stops, and he starts grabbing for his equipment. We don't see his face yet, and he starts loading up his camera.
We're shooting that?
Yeah.
Shooting it? Okay.
And then he gets out of the car, and it's raining really hard. And that's when he has his interchange with Rye, and he slips under the police tape, and we stay on the police tape.
Was there ever a scene like this before in the movie?
Well, there are a couple rain scenes.
No, a scene like this in the movie.
Well, I mean, rain is.
You know, what I'm saying is, if you got him sitting on the curb, you could have a fire truck with a fog nozzle make that rain. But if you have him walking down the street and you drive, you need rain towers. It can't work any other way because you got to have it look like it's raining all over, even. Okay.
So that's yeah.
Well, you know that money that we were saved by not having the Steadicam? We just
Put it in.
times it by 4.
I thought we had rain and wind.
Yes, but is what the more rain and wind you have, and there's different kinds of rain and wind. This is a lot of rain. This is different rain. I mean, there's different rain. That's the most rain I've ever heard of in this movie.
When Hero was sitting on the street and Van, Joe's running through that's some rain too.
Yeah, that was some
We're
serious
looking
rain. That was serious.
serious rain. If we're talking rain,
Right.
talking money.
I don't need fog.
Just rain.
Fine,
Where
give
did
us
it
one
fall?
thing and it'd be fog.
Basically, we're making a deal with them, and they have to honor the contract. Like, you're the director, we're the producers, we get a credit, and that kind of stuff.
That sounds pretty reasonable. Though. They're not gonna pull your chain on anything.
I hope so, but we don't know what type of deal was struck between them and Intermedia. That was always kept in the dark. We've been kept in the dark with that stuff. We don't know anything about what happened. Whether they're trying to keep us in the dark or whether they're just doing too many other things and they don't give a shit about us.
I just think it's a matter of time. You know, they want to cash flow us so we get our start date going, and this is all the stuff that normally needs to be done that's going parallel with pre-production because they want us to start.
We have a deadline where we want to get all that crap set and done and to them Monday. This weekend we're also going to have to start working on the SAG contract also. We have to do that. So it's basically he's doing some of the legal stuff.
Is Chris Dorr giving you guys any time of any sense of a timetable, deadlines for this stuff?
No, well, though you got to send everything in a month before you start shooting with the SAG stuff. The timetable for the deal? No, they've never given us any timetable for anything.
So I think it's just a matter of bureaucracy.
Okay, well, with that said, get some sleep. Let me get some sleep because I'm going to get up early and come back over here.
Okay.
All right.
So Bob is definitely and Kurt are very interested in this rain scene. That always cracks me up. Every time I saw it was, when Johnny says, "That's the most rain I've ever seen in this movie."
Yeah, and I think it's really cool as a filmmaker to kind of visualize what he's thinking.
Yeah,
as he describes it.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things that Bob does really well is he gets you involved in his vision, and I mean that's what a director's supposed to do. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too. One of the things that I did feel like I missed a little bit in this episode, because I know the footage is there, and that is Bob and Chris talking about the time period prior to this where they almost gave up. Chris started to lose faith. And now you have that planned as a supplemental episode?
Yeah, I didn't think that there wasn't a massive amount of like in the trenches footage to support that. So it didn't really fit into an episode. But I think it's really cool information and it's a really cool story. So we're putting it out as a supplemental, which is a series of interviews with Chris and Bob.
Right.
They're talking about their tests. When their faith was tested.
Yeah, and I think it's really worth watching that supplemental because Chris, who so far has been such a rock in moving forward and having so much faith that he's going to get it done no matter what, starts to really doubt the plan of going after 1.5 million.
Yeah.
And starts to look at, are we crazy? And I think at one point in time, Bob even talks about the fact that Chris took like a couple $100,000 hit or something.
Yeah.
In that,
which is kind of brutal considering the investors just said, okay, now that you've done this, come back with Goldblum and maybe we'll make your movie.
Can you imagine that? I mean,
I can't. I mean, I don't know if I could get up from a hit like that.
So, anything else you wanted to mention?
No, I just wanted to talk about next episode a bit. Yeah. We're going to meet a couple new faces. We're bringing in more crew members.
Yep, we go on. The crew arrives.
Yeah, we meet the art director. We meet some intermedia consultant. And the assistant director makes a little bit of a cameo, but he doesn't really have a big piece yet. He's going to come in the future. So.
Yeah. And it gets heated up a little bit. If I remember, you showed me a couple of clips of it with the budgets and trying to figure out how to get this movie made. And, even with $1 million, these guys are struggling. More money on the screen. I need more film. Anyway, he wants you to tell him that he's doing a good job. And I want to know that we're doing a pretty good job anyway. So leave us some comments on YouTube.
Yeah, you can comment on the video or you can comment on our channel, youtube.com/digitalfilmfarm. You can go to the blog. This guy's been blogging about film production, video production.
Yep.
Digitalfilmfarm.com. And then we can tweet us at John Holser and at Hunter Dimon.
That's it. We'll see you next episode, folks. In the meantime, go make a movie.
Happy filmmaking.
Bye.